I recently put in my notice that I'm leaving my current position as a full-time retail manager to pursue my goal of going full-time with my YouTube channel. But what it took me a bit longer to realize, I didn't make this decision just for YouTube. I made this decision for myself, my own health and sanity. For the past 2 years, working a full-time job ate up 40 hours of my week. There's only 168 hours in a week. I'm a firm believer in getting 8 hours of sleep each night, so that leaves me with just 72 hours, and then subtract a couple hours every day spent at the gym, and a few hours for eating, personal hygiene, and all those random chores. I found myself left with just another 40 hours to spend on my YouTube channel, and you bet I've been using as many of those hours as my mind could handle. But that's the thing, by putting all my extra time into YouTube, I sort of sacrificed time for myself and social activities. And not only the amount of time factor, but working a full-time retail job as a manager, I'm obligated to answer calls, texts, and sometimes solve problems when I'm not even at the store. Maybe if I just worked a part-time or non-leadership position, I wouldn't have to worry as much, but that's just not me. I feel like leadership comes naturally to me, so even in a different position, I would still care about what I do and, of course, my fellow coworkers. And it's the people I'll by far miss the most. Sure, the customers could be annoying sometimes, but having unique interactions every day was something that kept things fresh and interesting. But more importantly, the bonds I formed with all my coworkers was something special. Just shooting the shit every day with different people from all sorts of backgrounds and ages and experiences and whatnot. This was by far my favorite part about working there. And you might say, well, why not exchange contacts and try to meet up sometime? And while there's a select few I've become true friends with and certainly won't stop being friends with after I quit, it won't be the case for everyone. Think back to like high school or college times. You were forced to interact with many different people and meet lots of people, but only just a few of those people you still talk to today. Even if some random day you made a connection with some random person, you might not ever speak to them again. And this is one of the scariest things to me, creating some kind of connection and then it's just gone, vanished. But in reality, that's just how life is, and it's way more meaningful to have a few meaningful connections than try to maintain dozens upon dozens of less significant ones. But that's just my problem. Pretty much every connection I make feels significant to me. There are people from high school I formed bonds with being on the gymnastics team or during orchestra rehearsal or just old teachers, and I'll never talk to them again. There are some random customers at work I have a conversation with and form a connection, but I'll never see them again. People that started working at my job but left after some short or long time. Even many of the people that I've met online, whether they were just a viewer of mine or met playing a game I once had a connection with and is now gone. And with many people, I've tried reconnecting, but times have changed and people have changed and the connections are just gone. And this is by far my biggest fear when taking a leap of faith, leaving my job. I am making a huge change. Many connections will vanish, but hopefully they make room for more meaningful connections that will support me on the journey I've decided to take. And yeah, I kind of flew off on a little tangent there, but it makes sense because I always find myself caring about other people more than myself, which isn't a bad thing. But honestly, if you yourself are not happy, then how can you expect to make others happy? So prioritizing myself, I truly believe it will benefit the others around me, and I'm hoping to reach as many people as I can. And yes, right now at least this channel is just me sharing random stuff related to my journey of leaving my job and going full-time with my other main channel. But it feels kinda cool to start a new channel from scratch. There's no real expectation since I haven't really established anything yet. Having that weight lifted, just being able to talk about whatever is refreshing. Not saying I'm anywhere near burnt out on my main channel. No, in fact, I'm more motivated than ever to work on it. And I guess that circles back to doing what's best for me. The past few years working on my channel have been filled with ups and downs. I've tried my best to stay consistent, but one person can only do so much when life is filled up with all these other stressors. So I'm honestly more excited and ready than I have ever been to go all out working on my passion. And hopefully this sparks some inspiration for yourself. It doesn't have to be a leap as big as mine, but I'd love to hear what risks you're planning on taking for your own journey.